Hi guys, I'm Inga, I'm Girl Gone Bookish. So I am very excited to be making this video. First of all, it's the first video that I have gotten to film using my new, beautiful, glorious tripod. You can't see it, but it's awesome. I can finally film in front of my books like everyone else, so that makes me happy. But I'm also excited because NaNoWriMo is almost upon us. We are almost to like 0 hour and I'm super excited. I can't wait. I've really been working on my novel. So today for my NaNoWriMo series, I wanted to give you a few tips to get your word count done. There are a lot of videos like this, but these are things that I have tried that seem to really work for me. So I am passing that wisdom on to you. The first suggestion that I have is to write for at least 1 hour a day. You would be surprised at how many words you can type in an hour if you just sit down and commit to it. No interruptions. Sit in a quiet place, do whatever makes you comfortable and in your writing zone. I truly believe that you get in a zone and things will just flow. I sit with my ear things in and I listen to relaxing music. Someone asked me the other day what's on my writing playlist, and I have all kinds of like what I would consider kind of maybe weird music, but it's what helps me relax and makes me feel creative. And just sitting down and writing and getting comfortable for an hour, sometimes you can get over 2,000 words, which meets your goal, and you can get it pretty fast. So, and just type. It's all about getting the words on the page and revising it later on. Which brings me to my second tip. Just do it. Just write. That's all you have to do is sit down. If you're not feeling particularly creative, wait for a little while, think about your story and go back to it, but just write, just get it down. Even if it's a whole bunch of individual scenes all grouped in together, at the end of it, if you have 50,000 words of a story, whether you do a chapter at a time, out of order, you can sit down later on and put it all in something that makes more sense. Whether, like I have literally written something and sat down with my paper and my scissors and cut things apart and stuck them together. I have literally done that. And at the end of NaNoWriMo, you can do that. Just write it right now. Just get it down. Another thing that really helps me with my word count is something that I just started doing recently that I haven't done in a long time. In high school, I used to use writing prompts, and recently I started using them again just for a little creative inspiration. Sometimes a whole new story will come from a writing prompt. Sometimes it fits into my story. Okay, my last tip is something that I am going to tell you, but I have never actually done myself, and that is writing word sprints. They're all over. I know NaNoWriMo, like a lot of people on Twitter do it, NaNoWriMo does them. A lot of other YouTubers do host word sprints, and it's just a really great way to get a whole bunch of words. And what a word sprint is say for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, however long the word sprint is supposed to be for, you just sit down and type for that amount of minutes. A lot of them are for 20 minutes, I think is the most popular one. I have not done this during NaNoWriMo, but recently I have started to kind of try them on my own, and I find them really helpful because you have a small just burst of words, just a small amount of time where you can just get it all out and get it on paper, and it's done. And at the end of it, you might have like 800 or 900 words. You never know. So definitely, if you do 2 or 3 of those a day, you've gotten your word count done. So those are my tips for how to be successful this NaNoWriMo season. I hope that you all reach your 50,000 word goal, and if that is not your goal to reach 50,000 words, then I hope you do meet your goal. This is a wonderful experience and I love it. I wish I had participated every single year. And the last thing I want to tell you all about is to kind of get some feedback from you all. If you follow me on Twitter, I mentioned this the other day, but this year I actually came up with a really good idea for my book. So I'm really excited this year to write about it. Last year I was a total pantser, and this year I have an outline, I have characters, I'm building all these things and people. It's amazing and it's so fun, and I cannot wait to sit down and write it, and I've been trying not to. And I thought, well, I'll just get started now, and then during NaNoWriMo, I'll try to add 50,000 words to what I have, but I'm not going to do that. I'm only going to write it in the month of November and see where it goes. But I'm super excited, so I'm going to tell you all what it's about, and I want some feedback to see if this is something you would even be interested in reading. And normally I'm really shy about my writing. I don't like people to read it unless it's just like, you know, a professor or, you know, a stranger, you know, they can read it. But I consider you all kind of my friends, and I'm kind of nervous to talk to you about it because I don't want anyone to think I'm totally crazy. So for me to share this with you is kind of a huge step for me, as weird as that sounds, because I want to be an author someday, and don't want anybody to read my stuff. So I need to get over that fear. But my idea for this year, it just came to me while I was driving to work one day, and I thought, what if there's this girl who just by touching someone can see like little bursts of their life, like little flashes of their life, and she has no idea why this happens to her or how, and she can never control what she sees. She doesn't know if it's what the person is thinking about at the time. She just doesn't know, and it's not really mind reading. She can't read their minds. She just sees little parts of their life whenever she touches them. So I thought that would be a really good story, but in the story I thought, okay, something more has to be going on. So she's lived her whole life with this gift, but she thinks it's a curse, and finally she meets someone who she thinks she can confide in. She's never told anyone, not even her parents, and she's tried really hard to hide it. So she finally meets someone, and he's amazing and wonderful, and she really likes him, and she starts to kind of fall for him. And I don't want to go into too much detail, but she finds out that they are very similar, and he kind of teaches her how to control this, and she kind of starts to feel better about the world and thinking she can get through this because she has contemplated suicide before, because it's so much pressure, and she sees horrible things in some people, and some people she sees good things, but you know, she tends to see bad things a lot. And she even found out that she was a mistake. She was not conceived naturally. Well, she was conceived naturally, but you know what I mean, she wasn't planned, and she finds out all these things by accidentally touching people, even her parents. So it's really stressful. So she does think about suicide, but this guy she meets kind of makes her, you know, helps her become who she's meant to be, and helps her see that this isn't such a tragedy and such a terrible thing. And she kind of works through that, and just when things are going good, she disappears, and no one knows where she is. Her family doesn't know what's happened, but on the flip side of things, she has been abducted, and there is a group of people. I haven't figured out really what these group of people are going to be called, or if they're going to be part of government. I don't know yet, but they have abducted her to study her and to create more people like her, and they force her to have a child, and how that's going to happen is really wild, and she's not actually going to carry the baby. It's going to be very sci-fi, which is something new for me. So they force her to have a child, and what she sees and goes through while she's at this facility, she finds out that it's like a place where they genetically modify people, and the things that she sees are horrific, and she thinks, I've got to get out of here, and she tries to escape, but then there's this child that they say is biologically hers, even though she's never carried it. And she's thinking, I can't leave my child here. There's the question of who's the father, you know, all of these things. She's really young. I mean, she's a teenager. Just all this going on, and whether she escapes or not, you know, I don't know yet. I don't know how it's going to end up, and but that's basically it. So I don't know. I feel excited about this one. I feel really excited about it. I feel like this could be a great story, one of the best things I've written in a long time. So let me know what you think. If it's a little bit too over the top, I don't know. But like I said, it's rare that I even share stuff like that, so let me know what you think, but be gentle. Be gentle. But if you have any ideas, I'm open to that too. So anyway, guys, that is all for this NaNoWriMo, pre-NaNoWriMo vlog, I should call it. I'm going to try to do my daily vlogs. Don't know how that's going to work. I might just do them Monday through Friday and then take the weekend off. But I will see you guys later on, and I have my NaNoWriMo pep talk coming up, so be sure you watch that if you're, you know, feeling a little scared. I'll see you guys later. Bye.